most famous bourbon in America is also one of the worst deals on the shelf, and millions of people buy it every single week without asking a single question. Here's the thing about bourbon. The US bourbon market hit $5.3 billion in 2024. The $30 to $50 price range grew 14.3% in just 1 year, faster than any other segment. But that growth isn't driven by people finding better whiskey. It's driven by people buying names they recognize from commercials. And there's a massive measurable difference between what you paid for and what's actually in your glass. We're going to run through 5 of the most famous bourbons in America, the real story behind each one, and the bottle sitting right next to it on the shelf that beats it on proof, age, and taste, usually for less money. By the end of this, you'll never reach for the same bottle out of habit again. Let's start at the top. Jim Beam White Label, $15 to $22, 80 proof. The best-selling bourbon in the United States with 20.3% of the entire U.S. market. That's 5.28 million cases sold in 2025 alone. When something sells that much, you assume it must be great. That assumption is exactly what the marketing department is counting on. Jim Beam White is an 80 proof 4-year-old bourbon built from the ground up to be a high-volume mixer. Critics consistently describe it as thin, immature, and flat. There's very little going on in that glass. The corn grain bill is standard, the aging is minimal, and the low proof means they've diluted it further than almost anything else in its price range. The reason it sells 5 million cases a year isn't flavor leadership. It's 100 years of brand recognition, global distribution, and the fact that it's the bottle behind every bar in America. You're paying for the most advertised name in bourbon. Brown-Forman, the parent company behind several of the bottles on this list, spent $529 million globally on advertising in 2024. That's not a rounding error. That's $500 million baked into the price of every bottle you pick up. When you buy Jim Beam White, a portion of what you hand over at the register pays for the ad you saw last Sunday, not for the liquid inside. The smarter buy, Buffalo Trace, $28 to $33, 90 proof. Yes, it costs $8 to $13 more per bottle, but here's what you get for that extra money. 8+ years of aging, 10 more proof points, and one of the most decorated distilleries in the world, a facility that has won more awards than arguably any other bourbon producer in history. Buffalo Trace wins blind tastings against bottles costing 2 to 3 times its price, still under $35, widely available. Side by side against Jim Beam White, it's not even close. The complexity, the nose, the finish, Buffalo Trace is in a completely different conversation. If you're switching one bottle on this list today, start here. Now let's talk about the gift bottle tax. Maker's Mark, $30, 90 proof. The Red Wax, the Kentucky Heritage Story. The bottle your uncle brings to Thanksgiving because it looks more expensive than it is. Maker's Mark is one of the 2 most commonly gifted bourbons in America, and that status is entirely the product of marketing genius. The brand spent approximately $11.55 million on U.S. advertising in 2019 alone. The soft, wheat-forward mash bill and the iconic bottle design have convinced an entire generation of casual bourbon drinkers that this is the nice choice, the refined choice, the choice that says you know what you're doing. But here's the blind tasting problem. Over and over again, when Maker's Mark Standard goes up against Wild Turkey 101 in side-by-side tests, Wild Turkey either ties or wins outright. Turkey is 101 proof. Maker's Mark is 90 proof. Turkey costs $26. Maker's costs $30. You are literally paying more money for less alcohol and less complexity. The 11 extra proof points in Wild Turkey aren't just a number. They carry more rye spice, more depth, a longer finish, and more of what actually makes bourbon worth drinking. The smarter buy is obvious. Wild Turkey 101 proof. If you drink 1 bottle a month and you make this single switch, you save roughly $48 a year and you get a better drink every single time. Wild Turkey 101 is one of the most respected value bourbons in the entire American whiskey world. Master distiller Eddie Russell has been making this juice for decades. Aggressive, complex, with a rye bite that Maker's Mark simply doesn't have, and it costs $4 less. No argument for Maker's Mark Standard survives a direct comparison. Moving up the price ladder, and this next one is going to make some people uncomfortable. Woodford Reserve Distillers Select, $38, 90.4 proof. The bourbon of the Kentucky Derby. The bottle on every hotel bar and every curated gift box. Woodford Reserve has pulled off something genuinely remarkable from a branding standpoint. It has convinced the American market that it is the definitive premium bourbon at its price point. The bottle is beautiful, The backstory is compelling, and the marketing is everywhere. The liquid, decent. That's about as far as most serious reviewers will go. Unmemorable, uninteresting. Pales in comparison, those are actual critic descriptions, not opinions from internet strangers, but from reviewers who compared Woodford directly against Wild Turkey 101, Knob Creek Single Barrel, Eagle Rare 10-year, and Elijah Craig Small Batch. Every one of those bottles either matches or outperforms Woodford Reserve at the same or lower price point. You are paying for shelf placement, gift-giving optics, and the image of that derby finish line. You are not paying for the most interesting whiskey in that price range. Remember what we said about advertising. Brown-Forman owns Woodford Reserve, the same $529 million global ad budget propping up Jack Daniels and Old Forester also keeps Woodford on every premium shelf in America. When you buy Woodford, part of your $38 funds that campaign. The smarter buy. 4 Roses Small Batch, $37, 90 proof. $1 less, but here's the difference. 4 Roses uses 6 separate mash bill and yeast recipe combinations to build their small batch expression. Not 1 mash bill, not 2, 6. That's a level of complexity no single recipe bourbon at this price can match, and it shows in the glass. Floral, fruity, layered with a structure that keeps shifting as you sip it. Bourbon experts consistently score 4 Roses Small Batch above Woodford Reserve in direct comparisons. Same price point, completely different experience. Next time someone hands you a gift budget and says get something nice, 4 Roses Small Batch is the right answer. Here's where it gets really interesting, because the next bottle is actually good, just not as good as what's sitting next to it for $11 less. Knob Creek 9-year, $37, 100 proof. Legitimately solid bourbon. 9 years of age, 100 proof. Made by Jim Beam's small batch brand, there's real craft behind this label. And if you already drink Knob Creek, you're not making a disaster of a choice, but you're overpaying. Measurably, provably overpaying. Elijah Craig Small Batch is $26 to $30. 94 proof. And here's the part that should stop you cold. Elijah Craig is aged 10 to 12 years. Knob Creek is 9 years. Elijah Craig is older, available for less money, and in direct expert comparisons, head-to-head, blind, it consistently comes out ahead of or equal to Knob Creek 9-year. Heaven Hill, the distillery behind Elijah Craig, has been quietly producing some of the best value bourbon in America for years without making a ton of noise about it. That's exactly why it costs less. Do the math on this one. Switch from Knob Creek to Elijah Craig and you save $7 to $11 per bottle. 1 bottle a month and you're keeping $84 to $132 in your pocket every year. And you're drinking a bourbon that's older, priced more honestly, and rated as equal or better by the people who taste these things for a living. That's not a small win. That's $132 and a better drink. Now for the one that generates the most heated arguments online. Angel's Envy Standard. $50 to $55. 86.6 proof. Port wine barrel finish. The story is seductive. Legendary distiller Lincoln Henderson spent the final years of his career building this recipe, finishing the bourbon in ruby port wine casks for 3 to 6 months to add a sweet, fruity finish that no traditional bourbon has. Became a cult bottle, a conversation starter, the kind of thing you pull out when you want to impress someone. Here's what they don't put on the label. Angel's Envy sources its base bourbon. The whiskey inside that beautiful bottle is widely believed to come from Brown-Forman stock, meaning they didn't distill it themselves. Most buyers at $55 have no idea the distillery isn't producing the base spirit from scratch. And at 86.6 proof, Angel's Envy runs lower than almost every single competitor in its price range. Critics have noted that the low proof actually holds the bourbon back. You can taste the port influence, but it never fully opens up because there just isn't enough proof driving it forward. One consistent reviewer verdict. Average at best when compared to other finished bourbons on the marketplace. The Smarter Buy Old Forester 1910. $55. 93 proof. Brown-Forman, the same company whose stock likely makes up the base of Angel's Envy, has been distilling Old Forester continuously since 1870. It's their oldest brand, produced entirely in-house at their Louisville distillery, the oldest continuously operating distillery in the country. The 1910 expression is double-barrel finished, meaning it runs through a second round of new charred oak after initial aging. The result is a deep, rich caramelized bourbon with real structure and a finish that just keeps going. 93 proof versus 86.6. Made from scratch versus sourced. Double oaked versus port finished. Same price. More bourbon, more transparency. More of everything that actually matters in the glass. Old Forester 1910 wins that comparison on every technical metric, so step back and look at what just happened across these 5 comparisons. The same distilleries making the famous bottles also make something better and cheaper. They're just not telling you about it. Brown-Forman makes Old Forester 1910 and owns the supply chain feeding Angel's Envy. Heaven Hill makes Elijah Craig. Buffalo Trace sits in the same distribution channel as Jim Beam. The better bottles are right there, on the same shelf, with less advertising behind them, which is exactly why they cost less. There's a concept in bourbon that nobody talks about enough, and it's proof arbitrage. Price signals what you paid for. Proof signals how much the distillery diluted their product before bottling it. When you compare 86.6 proof Angel's Envy to 93 proof Old Forester 1910 at the exact same retail price, you are looking at a concrete, measurable difference in how much actual bourbon you're getting per dollar. Lower proof isn't automatically bad, but when it's paired with a higher price and a sourced product, it means the margin is going into marketing and story, not into your glass. The gift bottle tax is real. Maker's Mark and Woodford Reserve are the 2 most commonly purchased gift bourbons in America. People buy them to look good, not because they ran a side-by-side comparison. The bottle design, the brand familiarity, the price point that feels premium without being intimidating, all of it is engineered to make the purchase feel safe. And distilleries know this. They bank on it. The $529 million Brown-Forman spent on advertising in 2024 exists for one reason: to make sure that when you're standing in a liquor store with no idea what to grab, your hand reaches for the bottle you've seen 100 times. That's the tax. You're paying for that memory, not for what's in the bottle. Now, if you made 3 of these switches, Wild Turkey 101 over Maker's Mark, Elijah Craig over Knob Creek, and Buffalo Trace over Jim Beam White, you'd save roughly $150 a year and drink better bourbon every single night. Less money, better liquid, better nights. That's a concrete improvement with zero downside. The question to ask every time you reach for a famous bottle is simple. Am I paying for the whiskey, or am I paying for the story? Because both are for sale on that shelf. Only one of them is actually in your glass. Tell me in the comments, which of these 5 famous bourbons have you been loyal to, and are you willing to try the replacement? I'm genuinely curious whether anyone wants to defend Angel's Envy at $55, because that's always the one that starts the biggest fights. Drop it below. If this gave you a new way to look at a shelf you've walked past 100 times, hit the like button and share this with the bourbon drinker in your life who still reaches for the red wax out of habit. And subscribe if you haven't. Next week, we're getting into the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection, why most people are paying 3 times retail for bottles that aren't worth it, and which allocated bottles are actually worth hunting versus which ones are pure hype. You won't want to miss that one.